Morgan with the local group Cluster Search, and this is the PowerPoint that we have put together. So our purpose of this project was to help identify star clusters within our neighboring galaxies, and to do that we were asked to draw little circles over clusters of stars to classify them for further analysis. The pictures we were given were captured by the Hubble telescope and dark energy camera, and because we helped classify the star clusters, scientists will be able to determine the star's age and mass, and will allow them to further research their knowledge on stellar evolution, structure, scale of star formation, and how our galaxy and the galaxies around us have changed over the course of billions of years. Specific tasks for this project was to just mark star clusters with a blue ring, but we were also asked to mark background galaxies with red rings and emission regions with green rings. And we will get into that on the next slides. What are emission regions? Emission regions come in two types, the H2, I'm pretty sure that's H2 regions, and the supernova remnants. The H2 regions are the most common kind of emission regions, and they are clouds of gases that shine during specific wavelengths of light hitting them. Not all of them are related to star clusters, but I have saw that many of them that I saw during my slides did tend to hover over large, dense area of star clusters. Supernova remnants are just clouds of gas that surround an area where a recent star has exploded. Quite tragic, actually. Explaining background galaxies, there's not really much to explain because they are exactly how they sound. Background galaxies are just galaxies that were caught on camera way off into the distance of the local galaxies that we were looking at. We were asked to mark up to 5 if we saw them, and if we saw more than 5, we were supposed to mark the brightest and the most prominent ones. I, however, never saw more than 2, which makes me kind of sad. I don't know why, but I felt really happy to see background galaxies. I guess because I get to see what's out in the beyond. It's exciting. Why are humans better suited for this? Humans are better suited for this kind of thing because star clusters, background galaxies, and emission regions, they don't come in one uniform shape, color, or density. And because of this, if a computer went and looked for it, they're going to look for one type of thing that meets one type of criteria, and because of that, they're going to miss all the other ones and cause classifications to be missed. And that's why having the general public, a vast majority of people, helping with this project after educating them of what to look for, it allows them to make more accurate and quicker classifications. And now I get to talk about myself. Awesome. Alright, so I personally found this task to be quite easy, a lot easier than I was expecting it to be going in. It was entertaining to take part in at first, but after a while of doing it for my 8 journal entries, I found myself losing interest in the tasks rather quickly. The goal behind the project itself is something to be enjoyed because my contributions were more than just a grade in the gradebook, which it's gratifying. It's gratifying to know that what I did helped in some way, even if most of my classifications might have been incorrect. I don't trust my judgment, I really don't. My least favorite thing about this task wasn't really anything related to the task itself, but instead the website and me, I wanted to throw some hands at the website, let's be honest. It would not load or refresh properly, and it led me to miscounting how many classifications I did because the number on my profile would not reset. So it's like, did it register? Did they not register? I go and do 10 more to make sure they register. Suddenly they all register, and now I have like 70 plus, and I'm like, oh damn, cool. I wouldn't really say anything about this project took me by surprise. It's pretty straightforward, very easy, very quickly done. You go in, you look, oh, it's a star cluster, you map it, you go on to the next one. But when you get slides of it, like if you get a slide and it's like all blue and it's like, oh, is this all a star cluster? I really just want to make one big circle all over it, but I don't think that's correct. There's got to be something I'm missing. That confused me a little bit. Looking for a dense star cluster on an already densely star-populated slide. That is what confused me. This project wasn't bad. I wouldn't do it again, mostly because I just got bored of it so easy. I can't see myself being like, oh, I'm bored, I'm gonna go classify some stars. But out of all the group projects that I've ever taken part of in my school experience, this is probably one of the better ones. And if all group projects could be like this, I would be okay with that. That was great.
Hi, my name is Victoria, and this is my self-reflection for the Zooniverse group project. I found Zooniverse hard in the beginning because everything was so new to me, so I had to get used to how everything worked. But as I started going through and doing the classifications, it became very easy for me. I did find Zooniverse interesting. I think the thing I found interesting the most was that there's actual researchers looking at our pictures and what we classified within them and using it for their research. The thing I enjoyed the most about Zooniverse was doing the classifications itself, because each picture is different, so you really have to study it to see what's in there for you to classify. The thing I enjoyed the least was how after you classify an image you don't get no feedback. What I found surprising about Zooniverse was like I said, you don't get no feedback. So I figured with this type of program that you would get some feedback, because there's researchers looking at your pictures, but I guess not. Another thing I found surprising was you could look at other people's classifications and compare it to yours, and you can have a discussion about it. The thing I found confusing was Zooniverse altogether, because it was so new to me, but as I started going through it and getting the hang of how everything worked, I started to understand it more, and it became easy to me. But this is my self-reflection.
Hi, my name is Christine Ross. I'm here to talk about the star cluster and my personal reflection. Okay, I was confused. New to school, 43, just getting back into everything and learning the computers, besides social media. So to get into this assignment, it was kind of difficult for me. I had like a little mental stumbling block, but over time it became easy. I really enjoyed looking for the star clusters and the galaxies. The first 3 journals, I really didn't understand what I was doing. I think I took screenshots of something when I wasn't supposed to. I took pictures instead of the screenshot of what I actually was supposed to do. But as time went on, I actually got better. I actually started understanding and enjoy looking for the star clusters and the emissions region in the galaxy, and starting to think about the Milky Way and all these different things. What was confusing to me most, actually starting the project, because I never had an online class and actually never had to do a video and upload it and send it to everyone. So that was kind of hard for me. What was interesting or not, I liked the way the stars was together, and I'm learning that it was a cluster. I liked the background galaxy and the light, and I looked that up to make sure I knew exactly what I was talking about. Did I encounter anything surprising? Like I said, the whole project was different this is different. It was interesting, but it wasn't that surprising. Once I got because I work 16-hour days, once I got my momentum and my schedule down pat, everything became easy for me and it became more interesting. I guess that's the surprising part because it was interesting for me after a while. But other than that, everything was good, and I liked to see all the stars. That's one of the things I did enjoy, looking at the stars and seeing how many stars there were. It made me start thinking about the millions of stars out there. It made me think about wanting to lay down and just on the ground and just look up and gaze into the stars. So basically, that's it. Like I said, it was interesting and it was confusing. And I did it and I made it through and I'm thankful.